In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this very cute top you're seeing on your screen, and if that's something that interests you, please keep on watching. Hello guys, my name is Lovett, and if this is your first time here, please don't make it your last. Hit on that subscribe button and become a part of this family. So the measurements we need for this blouse is our blouse length. We need our bust measurement. Go ahead and measure your bust measurement. We need our round waist measurement. Anything you have, you go ahead and measure it. And we need our hip measurement and also our shoulder measurement. So these are the measurements we need to make this blouse. So now I'm making a straight line, and that will be my starting point. So from that straight line, I will mark my blouse length. My blouse length is 23. I'll mark my blouse length plus 1 inch. That will make it 24, and we are cutting the back first. And please guys, your material or your fabric should be on fold. I'm using a pattern paper for this, so your fabric should always be on fold. So you go ahead and connect the line together. The next thing we are going to measure is our half length measurement. My half length measurement is 16. Just look at what I'm marking. Then my under bust measurement. My under bust measurement is 13. So go ahead, connect those lines together. So now we have our under bust measurement, our round waist measurement, and our full length measurement. That's the hip. So the next thing now is to measure your shoulder. Your shoulder measurement, divide by 2. What you have there, you mark. Then for the neckline, you measure 3 inches. We are using 3 inches for the neckline. So now from there, you add 5 or 6 inches depending on how long you want the sleeve to be. That's the sleeve part. And you come down by 2 inches for your shoulder slope. Just look at what I'm doing and you'll be able to do yours. Then from that 2 inches that you've came down from, you mark 10 inches. You can make it 9, you can make it 11, but it should be free. So you mark 10 inches. Then you connect that 2 inches slope to meet your neckline. Hope you're seeing what I'm doing. So the next thing now is to get your bust measurement. Divide by 4. Mark what you have. Then you plus 1 inches for ease, because the cloth is meant to be free. You add 1 inches for it. Then half inches for sewing allowance. So we are using 1.5 inches for the allowance. I hope you understand what I'm doing. Your bust measurement, divide by 4 plus 1 inch for ease, half inch for sewing allowance. So the next thing now is your round waist measurement. You're going to measure your round waist measurement, divide it by 4. Whatever you have, you mark it. Then you plus your 1.5 measurement. So down to the down part, you measure your hip measurement, divide by 4 plus 1.5. After doing this, you connect them together. Just look at what I'm doing and you'll be able to get yours. It's a very simple tutorial. Next thing now is to connect the sleeve part. I just connected the sleeve to meet the 10 inches I measured. Just look at what I am doing. So the next thing now is to connect the sleeve to your under bust measurement. Look at how I placed my ruler, then I connected it. Look at how I connected my own. So you do the same to yours. So next thing now is to mark your neckline. Because this is the back, we are using 2 inches for the neckline. So I mark my 2 inches, then I curve it out. So at the down part, I'm giving it a little curve so that it will not be sharp. Just look at what I am doing, and then you cut it out. Look at the parts that I'm cutting out so you don't make mistake with yours. So after cutting it out, you bring another piece of paper. It should be on fold, remember, on your fabric. Then you mark out 3 inches for your overlap allowance. Mark out 3 inches. Look at what I am doing. You make a straight line on that 3 inches to indicate the allowance. Then place the back on that 3 inches that you've measured. Make sure that the front is longer. It has allowance on the down. You come down by 4 inches on that down part. Then you give it a curve to have that effect on the front of that top. So now the next thing now is to cut it out. You trace it out and you cut. Just look at what I am doing. So after the cutout, this is what we have. This is the back. So I'll go ahead to cut out the neckline of the back. I've cut out the neckline of the back. So the next thing now is to cut our neckline for the front. This is our front. We mark out the neckline 3 inch, remember. Then the neck depth, I'm using 7 inches. You can mark out 5, how deep you want it to be. So from that 7 inches, I'm going to mark 13 inches. That's my underbust measurement. Please do not forget, you mark your underbust measurement like so. So you connect from your neckline to meet that 7 inches you made for your neck, then straight down to that 13 inches, and then you cut it out. Just look at what I'm doing and you'll be able to do yours. Now after cutting it out, the next thing is to cut it on our fabric. Fold your fabric into 2, then you place your pattern paper. Remember, you can cut this without pattern paper. I'm just using the pattern paper for better understanding. So you trace everything you have, trace what you have, trace the pattern paper, use it to cut on your fabric. I hope you're understanding this tutorial. Please feel free to drop a comment, question on the comment section, and I'll be glad to answer you. So after tracing out the pattern paper, this is what we have. This is what we have for the front. So go ahead and open it up. The side with the 4 inches extra should be the right side. So the other side that doesn't have that 4 inches should be the left side. So bring your left side, you remove that 4 inches, but instead of 4 inches you remove 5. You add 1 inch, then you remove 5. Cut it out. Just look at what I am doing. Yeah, we are removing that extra that we added. You cut it out, then you place it. This is what you have. So at the right hand side that has that 4 inches extra, mark 1 inches inward, then you slant it as you're seeing me doing. 1 inches inward, slant it, and you cut it out. So that will be all for the front. The next thing now is to bring our back. You fold your fabric by 2, place your back, and you trace it out as I did with the front. After cutting it out, this is what we have. So the next thing now is to cut our lining. Bring your lining, fold it the same way, and you place your front and your back together, then you cut out the lining. Just look at what I am doing. So after doing that, you remove 1 inch from the lining so that the down will be able to fold it. You know, the lining should not be appearing. So the next thing now is to cut the front. Do the same thing, place it, trace out the lining. Remember, it should be on fold. Then you remove half inches again at the down parts of that lining so that the lining will not be showing after sewing. So the next thing now is to cut the second side. That's the side that have that 4 inches extra. So after cutting it, the next thing now is to join the shoulder. Right side facing right side. You bring your material, then you join the shoulder, and you do the same thing to your lining. Bring your lining right side facing right side, then you join the shoulder. So I've gone ahead to join my shoulder, and this is what I have. I've done the same for my lining. So I'll connect the lining and the fabric together. The right side facing right side. Connect the joining from the shoulder down to the blouse length. Just take a look at what I'm doing and you'll be able to do yours. Then you sew, pin them together. I've pinned everything together just like you're seeing me do. Then you sew from the down part. Start from the down part, connect it to the end, sew it around. I'll go to my sewing machine and sew it and bring it to you guys so you see. So I'm done sewing it, guys, and this is what I have. I first of all sew the down part before sewing the neckline. So I have not sewn the side. As you can see, the side is open. So now the next thing we are going to do is to notch the neckline. You're going to notch the neckline. Just look, that part that you sewn, you just, that cuff part, you notch it with your scissors like that. And after notching it, So after notching it, the next thing now is to top stitch. You open the fabric and top stitch on the lining parts. I've done top stitching and this is what I have. The next thing now is to close our side. So we are going to close every side and leaving a little opening at one side so that we'll be able to turn our fabric. So I've gone ahead to close my side. I left a little opening at the left hand side. So you notch the curved part of that side, then you turn it out. Just look at what I'm doing. I'm turning it out from that opening that I left, a little opening up to 2 inches from the left hand side. So after turning it, you go ahead and give it a good press, and this is what we have. So now the next thing now is for us to cut our belt, because that there will be a belt for it to be a bit snatched. So I'm going to cut out 4 inches wide and maybe 18 inches long, depending on how you want yours to be. So now the next thing now is to sew our belt. I've gone ahead to sew my belt. Look at what I have. One side is open and the other side is closed. So now the next thing is to fix your belt. You measure from your shoulder length to your half length measurement. So my half length measurement is 16, so I'm going to mark that 16, and that will be where my belt will be. I'll fix the belt inside. The opening side should be facing the side. Just look at what I'm doing and you understand it. Then you pin it down and you do the same thing for the other side. Mark 17, then you pin in your belt. So next now is to shape our clothes. Remember, we use half inches as allowance, so you are going to use that half inches to shape the clothes. I've gone ahead to shape my clothes with that half inches, and this is what I have after giving it a good press. The next thing now is to fix our button. If you have a button, you can fix it, but in this case I'm using a press button. So at that point, you put your press button and you fix your press button. That's what we are going to do. So after fixing your press button, you go ahead and relax it so that you know where to fix the other parts. Just look at what I'm doing. Then you fix the other part on the lining. Please do not allow the thread to show outside. Fix it on the lining, then you press it down. Make sure it's well relaxed. So the next thing, if you have a button, you can make a buttonhole and put a fancy button, but in this case I'm still using a press button for it. So I'm just going to mark there and put my press button and mark the other side and fix the other side of my press button. Then this is what I have after everything. We are done with it. Then you can go ahead and put this fancy pin, and this is the final result, guys. See how beautiful it came out. Please do not forget to subscribe, hit on the notification bell to be notified when next I upload another video. See you in my next video. Bye.